Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 253 of NasCard Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm a pal Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. How are you today, tonight?
I feel like I've been worn to the cord.
I'm sure. Got a great show for everybody today. We're going to do racing recap, and we're going to check it on the Panini Instant on Demand. We have this or that, and Logan had a nice little auction win there, so he's going to do a little show and tell. So I think everybody's going to really enjoy that, and then we'll finish the show with King's Court.
And we got the spellbound word of the show too.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, thank you. I think that's all loaded in there. Yes, I forget. There's so much in there, all so much crammed in there, man.
it's definitely jam packed.
So exactly. So let's thank our sponsor, Panini America. And of course, shout outs to Chase Blaylock, Jason Freeman, IndyCar Cards, Kyle Katz, Mike H, Race Dude, Rip It Racing Breaks, Misha Wines, and Scott Boys for the Rumble and YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them.
Again, another lively chat from the
Yeah,
video.
there's some great ideas and some good comments in there. So I was going to highlight a few. Let me get rid of the shout outs there. Um, and IndyCar cards, we were stumbling on that Danica with the mesh, whatever, and I guess it said hat on there, so he caught that. So that makes perfect sense in that it's a mesh hat, and that'd be the card number decal on the side of the hat. So thank you, Ken, for that. And then Ripper Racing Breaks, and I thought this was good, totally off topic of the video this week, but wanted to share that he was set up at a past Saturday at the Southern Ohio Sports Card Spectacular, and there were 61 dealer tables there, and that he was one of four tables that had NASCAR out in their showcases. I am slowly seeing more and more NASCAR showing up at the shows, and more people buying it from him at the shows. Just wanted to share that, which is exciting to me, and I totally agree. I think I've also started to see a little bit more. I was going to ask you, Logan. You've actually set up some shows recently, so
Yeah, the last couple of shows, as a matter of fact, that I've set up here, and we have shows every other month except for like this time. We had one back in August. Now we're going to have another one here in September, actually this coming week. But anyway, I've sold several racing cards. One, of course, I sold a PSA 9 88 Max Dale Earnhardt, and I've sold some Richard Petty cards and even a Jeff Gordon card. So and that's literally been in the last couple of shows. So and those cards have sat there for a long, long time, and then finally people have bought them. So yeah, I totally agree with Mike. Um, I think we're starting to see it ramp up. It's very slow, but I think it's going to increase exponentially.
well, that's what we want, right? We want a slow burn and not, like a F1 uh, moonshot there because it comes crashing down. So
That's for sure. So yeah, I'm glad to see it. There is more interest. I do have people asking me about Dale Earnhardt, especially, and then I'll get a few other drivers. I haven't had anybody talk about Connor Zilisch yet, but that may be this show. You never know. We'll see. Because I'm actually going to bring a couple of Connor Zilisch rookie cards.
I actually had done a show and I had the first Zillage from 2025, and the folks didn't even know about Panini and they were the one lady I know. I've seen her at multiple shows. She's always looking for rookies and stuff, and of course in our area, picking stuff up then from all the signings and stuff that they do around in the Charlotte area. So, but they were totally unaware about Panini Instant, which really surprised me because, like I said, they're not a new collector; they're a seasoned collector, and I guess that was around the time I was letting them know about there's going to be a Zilisch Earnhardt 100 card wins card as well. So they were really pumped and stoked, and I showed them the website and stuff so they can purchase those. So it still amazes me that there's still folks out there who they're not familiar with Panini Instant. So
Well, it makes me wonder how seasoned they are. Are they just salt, or are they using paprika?
they're using paprika. They're not. They're just they've passed salt and they're paprika.
yeah.
So and then we had another comment. Is that it right there? Yeah. So Misha had talked about the pre-sales of Turn 4 were strong enough for the price to hover around 300, and that QC for Turn 4 is upcoming. Checklist will get published whenever I guess they're allowed to release that there. So, but Rip It Racing Brakes commented that that's why the price keeps dropping, and the checklist will have to be released and look better than the prior product for him to consider 300 for two autos, a relic, and one chrome parallel card. And said not trying to be negative, as the product seems interesting, which I definitely agree, but just don't see a nearly $100 per card average for the hits being sustainable in NASCAR. And maybe he's wrong. So I didn't check on one of the sites that I think was Blowout, and those pre-orders, those are prices are binding. So if you're buying at 300 and say SRP is 150, then and now it's already down to 250. I'll probably spoil that because we're going to talk about some of the new um, release dates, right? Because we have over here. Yeah, right. So turn 4 is slated for 926, and pre-sales now are about 250, where they were 300.
I
And
think weren't we told that turn 4 has slipped to 10-1?
I think so. I think probably slipped another week.
I think it slipped a week. That's okay. I can deal with a week. That's not bad. It's when
What
you
I
do a month or 6 weeks that's bad.
what I want to really see is the product pages up on Panini's site, but there's no price there. So I was trying to figure out what the pre-sale is because Panini will be at the pre-sale. So if it's 150 or 175, 200, whatever it is, or even maybe it's even lower than 150. I don't know, but I'm waiting for that because then once that happens, you know, I would think the others will follow suit, but we'll see.
I think it's going to be $200 or less when it's all said and done when it's released. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it may be closer to 150, but we'll see.
Yeah, but with the pre-order, you're pretty much locked in for that. And I don't know. I guess there's some heartburn from what we saw with F1 back when that paper was like $600 a box, and now they're down. Then they came down to 75, 50. So
Yeah, it was well under $100.
that's major heartburn. So
That is, I would hate to lose that kind of money.
I mean, I don't care what's in that in that box. I don't know if you're going to be able to make that back up, or even I don't know. So
You could get lucky, but that we all know that's few and far between.
exactly. So um, and then also on the sites, I'm seeing pri- ads for Prism now for October 24th. Subject to
Wow.
change.
That's cool. And you know what else I've heard about Prism this year, as far as
What?
packaging is concerned? A certain hot rookie that we all have come to know and love, and his initials are CZ.
The chosen one.
Yep. Zoltan. There we go.
That'll sell some boxes.
So yeah, that'll be cool. I was thinking who was the last rookie to be on packaging, but it was SVG, so it hasn't been that long.
Not long at all. So, well, it's smart marketing. So,
Agreed.
he,
I think that's good on their part.
yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see another one, or it'll be a long time before we see a rookie tear up Xfinity like this. So,
Yeah, let's just hope he's not like Casey Atwood. Unfortunately, poor old Casey Atwood was tearing up back then in the Busch Series, and he got the Cup, and he was with Evernham, and bless his heart, he couldn't do anything.
um,
But
but
we'll
we'll
see.
ride this year to the end. So,
That's right.
we're about next year, right?
Let's beat this thing to death.
I just can't wait for the Panini Instant because he's been putting up the fingers here with his wins, so you can trace him down. I don't know if there was a 7, 8, and 9, so I'm waiting for
Well,
the
it's
10.
going to be this.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, all right, I think does that pretty much cover that? So we'll go to race and recap. Let me find. So we had a few races going on over in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, race number 20. That was the 250 presented by Ohio Logistics Thursday, September 11th. Bristol Motor Speedway. Lane Riggs was our winner. Highest finished rookie was Connor Mozak at position 7.
Go Lane Riggs.
Yeah, glad, cool to see him. And we've talked about his first cards before, where he was in that 2005 snapshots with his dad's card, Scott Riggs. I think it was number 20 there, standing on his dad's shoulders, looking in the car. And but he had his own card in 2024 Dunros. It was rated rookie card number 97. He's in Optic as well, and Optic signatures. He's in Select, a card 27, 127, and 227 with the different parallels. He's in um, National Treasures, and I thought it was in Prism. Yes, and National Treasures and Panini Instant as well last year with I think it was a Rookie of the Year card. And then
Cool.
yep, Connor Mozak also in 2024 in Dunruss and Prism card number 65, and there's a driver card and a car card in Prism in 2024 with and different parallels for each of those. Panini Select card number 64, 164, and 264, and also National Treasures. It's got quite a few with I'll say necessarily the base and National Treasures, Colossal Material, Fire Suit Signatures, Premium Patches, Quad Race Gear, Graphs, Race Used, Rising Star Silhouettes, and Timeline Materials as well.
He's got lots of different poses and lots of different manufacturers there.
Yeah. And next race number 21, that's going to be the EJP 175 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Saturday, September 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern. Moving over to the Xfinity Series, that was race number 27. And that was the Food City 300 Friday, September 12th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Eric Almirola was our winner. Highest finished rookie was Carson Quapple at position 4.
Barely beat CZ there. I think CZ was fifth.
Yeah, it was a close one there. And Eric Almirola, his first card is 2007. He has signings, top prospect, with sheet metal gloves, tires, and also in 2007 tracks, card number 37 with the different parallels, and then 2007 wheels, American Thunder strokes, and printing plates for that as well.
Yeah, Connor Zilisch, he was pretty much tearing it up again, and I don't think they should have pit when they pit, but they're at the end. But they decided to, and that cost them the race.
Yeah, Eric Almirola talked about how they watched a few races and actually mentioned Noah Gretzky when they didn't pit with 35 or whatever, and so they decided to do what different than the than everybody else, and it paid
Mm-hmm.
off
Sure
uh,
did.
for them big time. So just when you think you got it figured out, you don't.
Exactly.
And then Carson Quapple, 2024 Dunruss, man, 2024 Dunruss, a lot of these first cards for these folks here today. It was also rated rookie card number 96 in optic signatures, and select 100, 200, and 300 parallels for those. 2024 Prism with the driver card and car card number 85, and Prism sensational signatures, national treasures as well, and some of that same subsets, colossal materials, dual autographs, rising stars, silhouettes, and track pass signatures. Next race number 28, Kansas Lottery 300 at Kansas Speedway, September 27th at 4 p.m. And moving over to Cup Series. That was the Bass Pro Shops night race Saturday, September 13th at Bristol Motor Speedway. Christopher Bell was our winner. Highest finished rookie was Riley Herbst at position 18.
A Gibbs sweep of the playoffs, or the first round anyway.
Yeah, they were pretty stout, so we'll see. Get them all into the next round there. And Christopher Bell, 2016 certified base card there with the different mirror parallels and certified potential signatures. It's in 2016 Panini Prism, but only driver signature there. 2016 Panini Torque, driver scripts, autographs only there as well. So,
Wow. You look at him and you go, how young was he? He
yeah,
was so young, he still had his baby fat.
yeah. And highest finished rookie, Riley Herbst. 2018 Dunruss, next in line, and Signature Series. 2018 Panini certified next signatures, and 2018 Panini Victory Lane. He has a base card there, card number 38. Different parallels and printing plates, but no signatures.
Just plain old RH.
Yep. And then next race number 29, that's the Mobile 1301, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Sunday, September 21st at 2 p.m. Eastern. And that is it.
Wow. Yeah. And we all know IndyCar is done till next year.
They are done.
DUN.
Yep. All righty. And next subject, we were going to cover the Panini Instant. And do I have those slides? I don't see them. They were Connor Zilisch. Let me pull them up real quick here.
Connor
And
Zilisch and Christopher Bell.
yes, our last two. And they just went on, today is Wednesday. They just went on sale today. I know all the Ziliches are gone.
The one of one, just poof.
That, and also the parallels for them.
Yeah.
There's no autos for either. Let me share and let me put that up on screen here.
Well, I know that they're trying to save some of the Zilisch autos. So that's why they're not using them for Panini Instant.
Yeah, so the Christopher Bell 101's gone, but the Lightning out of 5 is still there. And then the 2 base, the Christopher Bell and Connor Zilisch. And like I said, we're recording Wednesday night, so there's 4 days, 18 hours left. So plenty of base if folks wanted that. So
Like I
even
said,
though he didn't get the win, but he was regular season champ.
yes. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, pretty darn cool. So
But again, we've talked about it before. About now, I'm on my 4th mortgage on my house to buy Panini Instant.
yeah, that's card. I think it was 51 and 52 of the 2025 season. So we'll have the rest of the rounds of the playoffs, and then last year they had done rookie of the year for each of those 3 series, and then I don't know if anybody's retiring or not. So they'll probably get a card if somebody is, but
Kyle Busch. No, he's not retiring.
yeah, you, you would like set the internet ablaze if you.
He just needs to find another team. Yeah. I'm sorry, everybody out there, but right now, Richard Childress's Cup cars are not that good. That's my opinion. They're just not that good.
Well, I would say that they're alone. There's a few other teams that would fall into that same category. So it's a it's a highly competitive sport. So
Yes, it is, and it's just one small tweak on whatever they allow you to tweak on these days, and that can be the difference between being like a first place car or a 20th place car. It's amazing how close it all is.
and you kind of talked about it a little bit in the intro there about the tire issue. So they wanted to make it more reliant on the tires and taking care of the tires. So that was definitely prevalent at this race. So
Oh, no doubt. And I was glad actually to see that. It made it very exciting because you had to plan your strategy just right, and then of course you kind of had to slow down to make things last. So it's kind of a trade off. Do you go fast, take more tires, pit, or do you slow down and take them almost the same time? It's kind of a trade off. What do you do? So,
that
but it
is
was it was it was a good race. I want to see more of that from NASCAR. So we'll see.
definitely it was exciting. You never knew. It wasn't like somebody checked out and it was nail biter to the end. So
No.
all right, next on my list is this or that.
All
Uh,
right.
let's pop over for that. Or do you want to do Spellbound first?
We can do Spellbound.
All right. Let me.
So this week's Spellbound Word of the Week.
I thought.
I've got it. If you want me to go ahead and do it.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So this week's Spellbound Word of the Week is. And hold on. I actually have this on my iPad, so we can actually pronounce it the proper way. But guess what? It's gone off my iPad, so it's lycanthrope. And Webster's has the meaning of lycanthrope. You're going to love this. A lycanthrope is a person able to transform into a wolf.
That's a good party trick.
Yeah, it is a good party trick. But even the bigger trick is how do we use this in a NASCAR context?
Well, I think you were right. Pre-show, what your opinion was.
Oh, so yeah, here it is in a sentence. Mild mannered Joey Logano turns into a lycanthrope when he gets into his race car. So there you go. He turns into a wolf. I think what this really is supposed to mean is a werewolf. It's a lycanthrope.
Yeah. What's interesting is that this is an actual word, and when was this first coined? And I guess it happened enough that had to have a term for it. So
Well, there's a lot of those werewolf shows like on the CW and things. So, there you go. Kind of goes with NASCAR a little bit.
there you go. I love it. All right. Let's do this or that for this week here.
All right.
Would you do this or would you do that? Would you choose this or would you choose that? Let's play this or that.
All right. Here are your choices today. And I think, what did I say? They were at 140, 135, 130, 145, I think it was.
Somewhere in that range. That's in the 130 to 140 ish range for these cards. Uh, this is a toughie, man. We've got what a
Uh,
2025 Connor Zilisch. I'm going to say high number rainbow card,
Tie dye, right?
tie dye, and then we've got a Spectra.
Yep.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
2023 Panini Chronicles Racing Spectra Black Dale Earnhardt Jr. Colorblast, which is the short print or case hit, you would
Yeah,
say.
he's got the
And
starburst farts going on.
yeah, they're firework farts. Yeah, yeah. So they're, like I said, I think it was 130 and 145. So both are raw, neither one are graded.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not a reseller per se. I mean, I do set up at shows, but I take all that whatever little money I make, I put it back into my cards. But I think I'm going to go with the Junior Spectra card.
Okay, and even though the Zilisch is numbered out of 25.
You're trying to twist my arm, aren't you?
No, I know. I just, all facts, all facts. But I'm curious to see what our listeners would decide. Is it
Well,
the case short print, or is it the young gonna be rookie of the year and regular season Xfinity champ numbered out of 25? Neither one's autographed and neither one's graded.
I know, and I do like the way that Zilisch looks. Okay, that tie dye rainbow looks spectacular. I'm still gonna I'm gonna go with Junior, and I'm gonna stick with that choice. I think he was the most popular driver for eons, and his legacy is pretty much cemented, and Connor Zilisch is yet to be cemented. So I'm gonna stick with Junior.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's what could be possible to the career is finished, but still with broadcasting and everything else, ambassador of the sport, really,
Yeah.
and helped bring about some of these racetrack revivals and
Hmm.
with iRacing and stuff. So um, I would agree with you, but like I said, I'm curious to see if folks would lean towards the young young stud there, the who has a bright future ahead, or junior. So we'll see.
Well, if I wore a different hobby hat, if I wore the flipper slash investor hat, I would go with Zillage for sure.
Okay.
But I wear the collector hat and the NASCAR historian kind of hat, so that's why I'm going with Junior.
All right. Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
All right, cool. I like that this week. Good job. 2 thumbs up.
Thank you. Thank you. So next on our list was, and we talked about, I guess it was last week, you had entered some auctions and put some bids out there and trying to get some autos because, we both collect autos, and you have larger collection and spans multiple racing categories. I have some, but not as much as you. And so I think you had just received those back, or
Yes, I got them. What day is today? Today's Wednesday. I got them Monday. So yeah, so I won a couple of auctions. They're mostly IndyCar, but there are also some Formula One in there, and there is also NASCAR. I'm going to show you a few of the autographs I've got. Some of the NASCAR ones I'm not going to show you. I got like Buddy Baker, Bobby Allison, Darrell Waltrip. Those guys were in there. But I do want to show you these autos real quick. The first one I'm going to show you is an older style Mario Andretti. That was a cool, and look, it almost to me looks like it's done in a. Do you remember the flare markers back in the day, Val? Did you ever have those when you were a
yes,
kid?
yeah.
Yeah, FLA. They were flare. I think they were made by Bic, but those were big when I was in grade school, and that's kind of what. I don't think that's a Sharpie, but yeah, that's a cool older style Mario Andretti auto. Because Richard Petty also has different style autos.
Hmm.
Um, Next one I want to show is a Formula One champion, James Hunt. You just don't see his autograph very much. I think he won the Formula One championship in World Championship. I think it's '76 is when he won. Um, Here's one everybody knows, and it's an older style, and it's in pen. And these are on like 3x5 cards. It's that's Emerson Fittipaldi, and that's a cool. He never won an Indy 500. I think he could have won the Indy 500 a few times, but he just had some bad luck. I remember the duel he had with Lil Al. That was pretty cool. And then we've got one of the female drivers, Lynn St. James, and you see she even inscribed it 92 Indy Rookie of the Year. And I think she was the first. I think she was the first female Rookie of the Year. I think, but I'm thinking Janice Guthrie, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember my history. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's dated 92. So I like that. Then one of our national treasures, probably world treasure. So Jackie Stewart with his Ghostly Schmozzle. That's pretty
Nice.
cool. He's a 3-time Formula One champion. That was in there, and that's a beautiful autograph. I mean, just look at that. I mean, does a great job. Sir Jackie. I love that man. He is so cool. Uh, this one right here is Lloyd Ruby. And I think Lloyd Ruby's claim to fame is he's like the greatest driver to never win the Indy 500. So I like that auto. Glad to have that one. Then this one's kind of a sad one. Peter Revson. He started in some Indy 500s, if I remember correctly, when I was a kid. He also drove Formula One. He was the heir to the Revlon cosmetic fortune, Peter Revson. But he was tragically killed, I think, in 1974 in a Formula One race. So his autographs are kind of tough. So I was glad to get that one. Then this is one you're going to really like, Val. And of course, this one's inscribed to Al Tim Richmond, Indy 500. So that had to be what, 1980?
Yeah, he was in the 80.
80. Okay.
He's also in the yeah. So he has a card in the 1980 Avalon Hill.
Yeah, there you go. So
So
yeah,
you
this
just
has
gotta
to
put a
be.
V in front of that owl.
Yeah, yeah. You could just kind of go, Juju, put a V there, and it could be yours. We have to make a trade. You never know.
That's awesome though, with the Indy 500 and the 21 there. That's
Oh, I
really
love
cool.
that. That's so
Yeah.
cool. That was one of the things that drew me to these auctions. Then there's several cards in there, uh, several Avalon Hill and Cart PPG cards in there, and I'm going to highlight a few of these. Here is one of the PPG cards with AJ Foyt, and it's kind of hard to see, but he signed it right there.
Yeah, that shows it right there. Yep.
You see, he's got his Copenhagen fire suit on. And this is from what, 80? I'm trying to remember what year this was. 80.
That 87?
I think it's 87. Yes, you're correct. 87. So that's 1987 AJ Foyt auto. Then this is a cool one right here. This is one of the Avalon Hill games of Al Unser Sr. So that's a nice little card.
Love those Avalon Hills. I think they're so underrated.
Oh, I totally agree. And I had to, I'm using the 3x5 card holders to put this card in. So, and then lastly, this is probably, I think, one of the more, this is right up to me, right up there with the Tim Richmond. It is an Avalon Hill from 82 AJ Foyt.
Awesome.
So, we all know that AJ Foyt is no longer doing TTM. So that makes his autographs start to get a little bit more pricey now. So because he's not signing anymore.
I have not watched that market,
but between the two autograph auctions that I won, I counted them. There's 182 autos.
wow.
Most of them it's primarily IndyCar. I know Ken would be excited to see these. I may dig out a few for next week and show you a few, but to me, these were some of the more, I'd say, incredible, groovy, keen, neato autos. So
Love those
like
in-person autos, yeah.
Yeah.
Before they were putting autos in packs.
Yeah, and these are all on card. Even though they're 3x5 cards, they're on card.
But, some of them are, the snapshot in time there, right? With the Richmond for Indy and the, was it, who's the 92 rookie?
Oh, Lynn St. James?
Yeah. So, I mean, those are kind of, a little moment in time there. Like with the Richmond, like I said, he did Indy and then moved over to NASCAR. I think his mom, he was in an accident and basically told his dad that if he didn't get out of open wheel and go to something that was a little safer than IndyCar, she was going to divorce him. So he went over to NASCAR.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and part of that Days of Thunder where he's um, telling him to give him so many laps his way versus the other way because he was used to riding in the light car versus the heavy car with the wide tires and the heavy car with the small tires or thin tires. So
yeah, exactly.
yep, very cool, awesome. Well, I hate I missed those. Those
Yeah,
are great.
those are awesome. I will tell you that they were not on eBay, so I did pay a buyer's premium for these cards for these autos.
There's just a lot of stuff out there. You have to kind of look.
You do.
Um,
You've got to look.
and sometimes poking around in boxes and other stuff, and as well as going to the different shows. IndyCar has their memorabilia show. If you've never been, I recommend it. Of course, I haven't been in a long time. But
When did we go? 2013?
I think it was 11.
Oh, no, 11. That because it was the 100th year anniversary
Was coming
of the
up.
Speedway, not the
Yeah.
100th race, but it was the 100th anniversary of the Speedway when we went.
Yeah.
God, that's 14 years ago.
It's been a while. We need to go back.
Oh my God.
And that's when they had that like at the fairgrounds or whatever, and then they actually had it split. It was at the track, and they started to do that transition. So anyway, I digress. But that's again the really is the takeaway is ask dealers, and they might know somebody or they might have stuff left at the shop or whatever, or try some of these different shows. So
Yeah.
motorsports covers a lot of different things. So
Yeah. And, I'm a fan of all motorsports. I mean, NASCAR by far is my favorite. I mean, by orders of magnitude, more favorite. But, I love NHRA. I love IndyCar. I like Formula One. There's all forms of motorsports out there that you can enjoy. I've got autos of NHRA guys. Of course, John Force and Joe Amato, Kenny Bernstein, those guys. But I really like collecting all the different autos, but especially, like I said, especially NASCAR.
Well, there's some cross pollination where drivers have run in different series, right? They're not predominantly just in one. AJ ran in a few different. Um, Andretti, Tim Richmond. We can go.
Mario,
Yeah, so we can go on, but there's some Kyle Larson,
yeah, Kyle Larson, he's all over the place.
Kurt Busch. So again, there's a lot of those similarities or whatever between. It's just not one circuit. So
Right. It used to be more prevalent back in the 60s, 70s. You'd see a lot of cross pollination, not as much today as we used to see, but still we do have it today.
yeah, there's a little bit, but and well, I'm not going to go down that road. But some of it, I think some of it, they make some of these rules or whatever to stop some of that, which I think is actually a disservice. So as opposed to allowing other viewers to maybe check out your sport, so
Exactly.
and vice versa. But
Hmm.
I think that's all we have other than King's Court. And I know
Yeah, I
we
think
have a
we've touched
full.
on everything that we wanted to talk about tonight.
Okay, I think we have a full King's Court. So all
Yep. You
right,
ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Hit it.
Are you on mute?
Oh, yeah, I got to get my King's Court ready. I'm ready. I was on mute. I'm muted while
I
you
know. Wait, make your quick change.
screen footage. Okay. All right. So this week's King's Court, we're going to start out with honorable mention number 1. This was on the 15th of September. 1 of 1, Brendan Butterbean Queen, 2025 Donruss Racing, rated rookie. And you know what it is? We love gold. There you go. Yep, gold vinyl. They were asking a mere $179.99 for this card, and they took a best offer of $150. I think somebody pretty much stole this card. Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. You can start the rainbow now.
Yeah, no doubt. I think the other day I found a Butterbean Queen diecast, and some other things, and I tweeted out jackpot, and I tagged him on it, and he liked it. So I thought that
Awesome.
was cool.
That is really cool.
But yeah, it's a great card, man.
Yeah. Again,
I
you
think,
you know a little prospect in there, but yeah,
yeah, I think that's a fair price. I think somebody, all things said and done, I think somebody got a good deal, for $150.
yep. All right.
All right. So next up is honorable mention number 2. This is on the 16th of September, 2017. You're going to love this. The vortex is beginning. Austin Dillon, 1 of 1 Panini Torque Jumbo sponsor patch. And it's the Coca-Cola patch. And there are people that's one of the things they collect are Coca-Cola patches. And they're tough. I mean, because not every driver is part of the Coca-Cola racing family. But anyway, they were asking $175 for this card. Guess what? Dun, 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 dun. Click. $175.
Nice. That's gorgeous. It's all embroidered.
It is embroidered. It's super cool. Um, it's a cross collectible, of course.
Yeah. Y- Yeah. Yeah. You got multiple. That's a great price. I think on that.
Well, I used to kind of when I was a kid collect some Coca-Cola memorabilia. Um, I collected a lot of stuff when I was a kid, but I've always had a thing for the Coca-Cola memorabilia, and especially the stuff in NASCAR. And this is a stunning 1 of 1 patch. So yeah, I think $175 is a pretty good price on that. And I don't know if the person that got it as because they collect Coca-Cola, they just got it because they liked it. But either way, it's a great card.
It's very nice.
Yeah, very nice, and it is Austin Dillon though.
Yeah.
But it is 2017, and it's not silk screened or anything. It's actually or iron on. It's a real embroidered patch, so that's good.
Totally agree. All
All
right.
right. So next up, Joker of the Week. This is on the 14th of September. Lee Petty, Richard Petty, Adam Petty, Kyle Petty, Linda Petty signed autographed cards. They're asking $250 for this lot of Petties. That's a lot of Petties.
That's a lot of petties.
And they took a best offer of $200 for all these Petty cards.
Wow.
So that's not bad. I mean, you've got Lee Petty's a Hall of Famer, Richard Petty's a Hall of Famer, uh, Maurice Petty, Hall of Famer. Then you've got Linda Petty. She's no longer with us, and neither is Adam. And then you've got Kyle. I don't know that Kyle will ever get into the Hall of Fame, but you never know. He could. He's done a lot of humanitarian things, so that counts. But I just thought this was different, because you just don't see groupings like this, and that's why I chose that for the Joker of the Week. I just thought it was kind of cool. Plus, I'm a Petty guy.
No, that's awesome. With the Lee Petty there, that's why he usually signs that card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a Daytona 500 finish right there. He was ahead of Johnny Beauchamp right there, and of course, I think they asked him. He said he won. He goes, "How do you know you won?" Because I looked back and I saw him back behind me. That's how I know I won. But pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very nice.
All right. So next up, Jack of the Week. This is on the 13th of September, and it's going to be a 2025 Panini Select NASCAR Corey Day tie-dye rookie card auto number 14 of 25. They're asking $299.99. This kid's future is bright as well. And they took a best offer of $150.
Nice.
So what do you think about that? I think that's
I was probably going rate. I've been
yeah,
looking at his cards, and they were all very high.
yeah,
I, I would expect maybe some of this if he was maybe racing a little bit more, and maybe he fills a vacuum next year with Zilisch moving up. But I think some of that's baked in already now.
I would agree with that, and I think he's kind of been overshadowed by CZ as well. So I think maybe next year we'll see how the Connor Zilisch train goes in Cup, and I think you're right. He's going to move up and fill that void into the Xfinity series. So at least that's what I'm hoping happens anyway.
But
But
yeah, he
yeah,
has a very bright future, and a lot of folks are high on him. So
yep, for sure. And that's a cool looking card too. I like the way that card looks.
looks good.
Yep. All right, next up, Queen of the Week. This is also on the 13th of September. We never have her on here. Hailie Deegan, 2021 Panini Donruss NASCAR Racing Downtown case hit. They were asking $225 for Hailie. And she is a PSA 10, which, they don't even mention that in the description. Strange, right?
Well, it's in the title, but
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That's weird because when I cut and pasted it, I must have missed that. My bad.
maybe but it is it is a 10 though.
It is a PSA 10, so that's great.
Hmm.
So anyway, they were asking $225, and the card went for a measly $150.
Wow. Well, I
So
think that has some of that to do with she's kind of in limbo right now. I'm hearing that maybe she's going to come back to NASCAR,
I
but
heard that.
and of course this is a pop of 12. It looks like, but it says PSA 10 pop is 18. I don't know this. They have this image here showing 12, but eBay showing PSA 10 pop 10 is 18, total pop is 22. So,
Yeah,
but I think,
that is a cool card. You have to admit.
oh, definitely. Again, being a 10 and the foil. So if she can pull this out, come back to NASCAR, and maybe she's learned a few things. I don't know, but I think it's kind of where it's at right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see her come back to NASCAR. And I've said this before on the show. I really want to see a female driver do good and win a race in either truck. I don't care what series, but win a race in truck, Xfinity, or Cup. I think that would just really help send NASCAR into the stratosphere at that point.
I
So
totally agree. Yeah.
I want to see that. I want that to happen. And I really thought she was the person that could deliver that. Maybe she comes back and maybe she does. We'll see.
Yeah. Same here. I thought she was going to take over, at least run Xfinity and, do a little better and work her way up. But so she never got out of trucks.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I think you agree with me that
Mhm.
her going to trucks was a bad move.
Yeah.
I
Having
think
seen what Ty Gibbs had done, skipping truck, going from ARCA to Xfinity, and I think that was a better transition. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, she doesn't go to truck. Maybe she goes Xfinity. We'll see.
I hope so. I really do. All right. So next is our King of the Week. This is on the 17th of September. You're never going to believe who this is. 2025 Donruss NASCAR Racing, Connor Zilisch, Sultan. Auto Pandora out of 25, rated rookie. The seller was asking 600 smackers for this, 600 Benjamins. And he ended up taking 400 Benjamins for that card. 400
Wow,
bucks. Yeah, for out of 25 auto.
he's hot.
He's on fire. But it is one of the Pandora cards. That's pretty cool. I love the way that looks. That's a nice looking pattern that Panini came up with Pandora.
Yeah, that's a good looking card there. Got
It
the
is.
sticker, and then the sticker looks great. That's a good looking card.
It's a sticker with a sticker.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, he's on fire. It wouldn't be a King's Court right now without him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a regular season champ.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, like I said, his future is bright. We'll find out next year. I'm just hoping that Trackhouse can give him the cars that he needs. So anyway, we'll
Yep.
see. All right. Next, we've got our Ace of the Week, our one of one. This is on the 10th of September, 2023 Donruss Optic NASCAR William Byron, one of one. We love gold. There you go. Yep, one of one gold vinyl. They were asking $350 for this William Byron gold card, and they took a slightly smaller offer of $300 for William Byron.
Okay. Regular season champ.
Yep, and two-time Daytona 500 champion. So there's something to be said there. Last year he just was in, or this year he was just in the right place at the right time to win the Daytona 500. It's like, God, I couldn't believe it. But anyway, it's a great card, great looking card. He's got his William Byron scribble, which is better than Ty freaking Gibbs scribble. It's a buy, but still a nice card. He's waving to the crowd. He's going, "Hey, how's it going, everybody?" But I like that card. I think it's a nice looking card. Congrats to the buyer and the seller.
Definitely. Yep.
All right. So lastly, we have our Royal Flush of the Week. This is on 9/11, September 11th. Dale Earnhardt Sr. Press Pass Legends Auto Racing used Winston Cup patch, which that's part of the Winston Cup patch. And I couldn't believe this one. This one was not a click, believe it or not. They were asking $599.99 for this card, and it's got that patch is really cool. They took a best offer of $525.
Interesting.
Still quite pricey, but nobody went out there and just went click, which is unusual for these because the ones we've seen here in the last couple months, every one of them somebody's went click on them. So I guess the threshold is in that low $500 range. But it's a stunning card.
It's great. I was looking to see if it was numbered. There it is, right there. 24 out of 25. Okay.
Yeah, it's out of 25. I'm not. Is it 24 25?
Yep.
I can't see it. Okay.
It is 24 25. It's a great patch. That's
Yeah.
a conversation piece right there.
No doubt, man. It almost makes you want to try to find all the other pieces of it and put the puzzle together.
That would be epic.
That would be epic, wouldn't it?
The Winston logo from Earnhardt.
And pricey, you know. But yeah, I like that card. I wish I had a card like that in my collection. I actually have some Earnhardt mem cards that are comparable to that. But yeah, nice card. I know whoever bought it is very happy. I would be.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yep. So that's all I got for this week's King's Court.
All right. All right. That's all we got for today's show. Of course, hashtag redemption suck.
Yes. And might as well continue with the hashtag theme of hashtag checklists matter.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. Hashtag it's so shiny. Hashtag Lycanthrope. And hashtag we love gold. There you go.
And I got another one. Hashtag pre-sales are binding.
I like that one too.
Pre-orders are binding.
That's a good one, Val. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm rubbing off on you.
So again, let us know. Leave some comments. Let us know about this or that, and which one you would choose. Let us know if you're going to card shows. Are you seeing more NASCAR cards at the show? Maybe get a little pulse here and where you are located in the country, in the world, and because we are international.
Yes, we are. We're not universal, but we are international.
There you go. So again, I've been real curious. As the season is winding down and everybody's got Connor Zilisch Mania is running strong there. What folks are seeing at the show and if that's helping to bring folks out and have dealers bringing out cards. So
Yep. And I'll have a report from this week's show or this weekend show next week. I'll let you know what I see.
Okay, I think in a few weeks I'm gonna be at a show. But not this weekend though. This weekend's more golf. So all right, for me and Logan, thanks for watching, listening to the podcast. Please leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. We would love everybody's feedback, and please share the show. And if you really like the show, if you subscribe, we'll give you your own special shout out. So, but for me and Logan, we appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Everybody have a safe race weekend. We'll catch you next week. We are out of here. Bye.